Hey there, fellow travelers! You know what's funny? A Floridan local told me that he can always spot tourists from a mile away. Tourists hit up the same overcrowded spots while locals are living it up in places most visitors never even hear about. Today, I'm breaking the friendship code of silence to share with you my Floridian friends' best-kept secrets. Shh! Don't say I told you. These are the 15 hidden gems where Floridians actually vacation when they need to escape. 1. Anna Maria Island. Ever dreamed of a beach town that feels frozen in time? That's Anna Maria Island for you. Located between Sarasota and St. Petersburg on Florida's Gulf Coast, Anna Maria Island is a longtime favorite for locals looking to escape the hustle and bustle. Well, for starters, they've actually made high-rise buildings illegal here. Nothing towers over the palm trees, and that's exactly how we like it. Forget about those chain restaurants you'll find everywhere else. Here, it's all about grabbing grouper tacos from Rod and Reel Pier, or watching the sunset at the sandbar while wiggling your toes in the actual sand. Trust me, once you've had dinner on a real beach, those tourist trap restaurants just won't hit the same. Insider tip: rent a bike and explore the island on 2 wheels. It's the best way to discover hidden gems and work off all that delicious local food. Then head to Bean Point at sunset. Trust me, your Instagram followers will think you're in the Maldives. 2. St. Augustine's hidden side. Next, we're heading to St. Augustine, the oldest city in America. Now I know what you're thinking, St. Augustine. Isn't that totally touristy? Well, yes and no. While everyone else is crowding St. George Street, here's what locals do instead. We're sipping Spanish wine in secret courtyards, checking out the amazing local art scene at First Friday Art Walk, and grabbing breakfast at this tiny place called the Kookaburra. Their Australian meat pies are absolutely insane. Insider tip: ghost tours are tourist traps, except for the one at the Spanish military hospital locals' secret. Skip the touristy horse-drawn carriages and explore the historic district on foot. The narrow, brick-paved streets weren't designed for cars, so walking is often faster and definitely more charming. 3. Weeki Wachee Springs. While tourists are dropping hundreds on water park tickets, we're paddling through what looks like liquid crystal. Weeki Wachee isn't just another spring. It's home to honest-to-goodness mermaids. Yeah, you heard that right. Forget everything you learned from Disney. This is where you'll find real mermaids. Since 1947, these aquatic performers have been doing underwater ballet in crystal-clear springs. Pro tip: get here right when they open at 8 a.m. You'll have the whole place to yourself for at least an hour. And in winter, you might spot a manatee or two coming up to say hello. 4. Cedar Key. Now, let's keep this one on the down low. Cedar Key is the place Floridians go when they want to pretend they're the only people left in the state. Ever wondered what the Keys were like before the tourist boom? Welcome to Cedar Key. This tiny fishing village is what the Florida Keys felt like 50 years ago. No mega resorts, no tourist traps, just incredible seafood and the kind of peace and quiet that's getting harder to find. For foodies, the clam chowder at Tony's Seafood Restaurant is so good it literally won world championships. And those sunsets? They'll make your Instagram followers think you're using filters. But nope, that's just Cedar Key working its magic. Locals tip: time your visit for the annual Cedar Key Seafood Festival in October. It's the best time to sample local delicacies and soak in the community spirit. 5. Kaladaisi Island. This is the beach of your dreams, and you can only get here by boat. While Clearwater Beach is packed shoulder to shoulder, locals hop on the ferry to Kaladaisi. 3 miles of pristine white sand, and sometimes you won't see another soul for hours. Rent a kayak and explore the mangrove tunnels. It's like finding your own private Florida, the way it looked centuries ago. 6. Blue Spring State Park. Listen. While everyone's fighting for parking at Disney, we locals are floating down crystal-clear springs watching manatees glide right underneath us. Blue Spring is like nature's lazy river, and in winter it becomes a manatee paradise. Between November and March, hundreds of manatees make this their winter home. And here's a local secret. Come on a chilly weekday morning, and you might see over 100 manatees just hanging out. Talk about a real Florida experience! Wait, before we continue, what do you think of these places? Have you heard about them before? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, it's time to smash that like button and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on more videos like this. Let's continue. 7. Matlacha. Ever heard of Matlacha? Neither have most tourists, and that's exactly why we love it. This tiny fishing village looks like a box of crayons exploded in the best possible way. Every building is painted in wild tropical colors, and local artists have turned the whole place into one big outdoor gallery. The seafood here, straight from boat to plate. Hit up Bert's Bar and Grill for the freshest grouper you've ever tasted, and watch the pelicans dive bomb for their dinner right next to your table. 8. Washington Oaks Gardens. Everyone knows Florida for beaches, but this place? It's like stepping into a secret garden. Just south of St. Augustine, Washington Oaks is where locals go when they need a dose of zen. The beach here isn't your typical sandy stretch. It's covered in these amazing coquina rock formations that look like nature's own art installation. Come at low tide, and you'll find tide pools full of tiny marine life. 9. Venetian Pool, Coral Gables. Want to swim in a piece of history? This isn't your average public pool. It's a 1920s Venetian-style lagoon carved out of coral rock. And get this, they empty and refill it daily with spring water. In summer, this is where locals escape the Miami heat. Those cave-like grottos? Perfect for pretending you're a movie star from the golden age of Hollywood. And unlike the packed beaches, you can actually hear yourself think here. 10. Crystal River. This is the only place in North America where you can legally swim with manatees in their natural habitat. Skip the expensive tourist tours and do what locals do. Rent a kayak and go early morning in winter. That's when these gentle giants are most active. Pro tip, head to Three Sisters Springs in January. The water's so clear it looks like glass, and you might find yourself surrounded by dozens of curious manatees. 11. Grayton Beach State Park. While Panama City and Destin are packed with high-rises, Grayton Beach is still that rare slice of old Florida. Here's where you'll find one of those weird natural wonders, coastal dune lakes. These lakes exist in only 4 other places in the world. The locals' motto here is nice dogs, strange people, and that pretty much sums up the vibe. It's quirky, it's beautiful, and it's everything Florida beaches used to be. 12. Solomon's Castle. Okay, this one's just wild. Hidden in the middle of nowhere in Hardy County, there's a literal castle made entirely of recycled materials. The guy who built it, Howard Solomon, covered the whole thing in discarded newspaper printing plates. It literally glitters in the sunlight. Inside, it's packed with Solomon's art pieces, all made from found objects. Even better, there's a restaurant inside a replica Spanish galleon. Because Florida. 13. Falling Waters State Park next. We're heading to Falling Waters State Park. Florida's tallest waterfall isn't in some tourist brochure. It's hiding in the Panhandle, dropping 73 feet into a mysterious sinkhole. The best part? Most days, you'll have the place practically to yourself. A boardwalk trail leads visitors to an observation platform where you can view the falls. The best time to see the waterfall in full force is after heavy rains, so maybe do a little rain dance before your visit. But the waterfall isn't the only attraction. The park features a 2-acre lake that's perfect for fishing or a refreshing swim. There's also a butterfly garden where you can spot various species of butterflies and birds. It's like a little piece of paradise that somehow stayed off the tourist radar. Locals' advice: visit in the fall when the weather is cooler and the trees show off their autumn colors. Yes, we do get fall colors in Florida. Just don't expect a New England-style spectacle. 14. Vizcaya, Museum and Garden Shore. Tourists visit during the day, but locals know the real magic happens during the monthly Moonlight Gardens event. This 1916 villa feels more like Mediterranean Europe than Miami. Skip the house tour and lose yourself in the gardens instead. Those hidden grottos and secret pathways? That's where you'll find locals sketching, reading, or just soaking in the old world vibes. 15. Fort DeSoto Park. Last, but definitely not least. While tourists crowd Clearwater Beach, locals head to Fort DeSoto. 5 interconnected islands, miles of beaches, and an old Spanish fort that kids can actually climb on. The North Beach here consistently ranks among the best beaches in the U.S., but somehow it never feels crowded. Kayak out to Mullet Key, and you might spot dolphins playing in your wake. These hidden gems? They're the real Florida, the one locals treasure. Sure, the theme parks and famous beaches are fun, but these spots? This is where the magic happens. Where memories are made? Where Florida shows you her true self. But here's what makes these spots truly special. They're disappearing. As Florida grows, these hidden gems become harder to find. That's why locals are so protective of them. Next time you're planning a Florida trip, skip the tourist traps. Come find us at these secret spots instead. Just maybe don't tell too many people about them, okay? Remember to tag your favorite spots in the comments below. And don't forget to save this guide for your next adventure. The real Florida is waiting for you. See you in the next video. Remember, the best adventures happen off the beaten path.